streaming. Make sure the shit starts. We're good, kinda. Let's see if we get some volume. We're good, kinda. Let's see if we get some volume. Kinda. Can you hear myself? That's good. We'll kill off that. Go back to OBS. We're live. Whoa. We're building. No headset. We'll see how it goes. I don't think my volume's too bad. Actually, I can turn the game silence up just a tad, and we'll see if there's a bit of an echo. Who knows? There might be a bit of an echo, but we'll see. I've been going nuts. We're just starting to hit daylight, which is actually pretty good for the start of the stream. My resident Dimetrodon, however you want to bloody say it. Let's get our Argentavis out, and we'll have a look at what I have been doing. It's pretty ridiculous. Just going to clear the screen over here. Alright. Scrap. Alright, we are down on Ragnarok, near the desert, and there's a crazy desert fort. So when we... There's a heap of players. If you're ever interested in playing on Monkey Puzzle and Harali servers, most of these players, like they're duo, trios, a lot of solos, but there's a lot of players. And when I play, there tends to be very, very few people. So we've got the lovely Pharrell, I think, is on at the moment. I played a little bit with Pharrell on Aberration. I am building this monstrosity of a thing. It's a work in progress, and we're going to go over what it is we're doing in a sec. The inspiration, the idea was to come down here. We had this lovely land bridge. I'm going to build a pathway down to this island to connect my monstrosity, which currently is a ridiculous monstrosity. The inspiration is this fortification just here. I have no idea how I'm going to do this little bit in the middle. I've got to try and work that a bit later. But you've got these two central areas here with a large wide base, and every layer above kind of gets a little bit narrower while maintaining the pathway through the middle. And I'm trying to replicate that. Oh, I didn't even realize there was a little water source in the middle there. Gosh, oh, there you go. But yes, these little weird little platforms joining the two. I haven't really worked out how I want to replicate that just yet. Let's get down to have a look at what I'm doing. I'm not liking the uniform nature, but that's going to change. This is just what I've built so far. The slight constraint that we have is that you need to stick within the limits of 4 generators. And so when you build a generator, and I should have a spare generator so we can simulate this. When you place down a generator, you can show the range of the generator, and I have to stick within the radius of 4 generators. I feel like I've been a little bit generous with my assumption of what the radius of 4 generators are here. This is the server rules, essentially. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's pretty significant in terms of this thing should be the middle. So if we plonk it there, we show the range, and then we get down to wedgie here. See my previous streams for when I grabbed the wedgie. Get up a little bit higher. Yeah, I still feel like I'm a bit too generous with my build here at the moment. 1, 2. Oh, actually, no, it's not too bad, right? So this is actually dead set middle in terms of where this structure is lying. And that dome would overlay almost perfectly over the top of that central build. And then you would have a third dome down the end with a little bit of wiggle room around the outside. So that's 3 domes. And then a 4th one encompasses the rest. But that being said, I'm thinking of changing the shape of all of this. I'm probably going to remove that end part and shrink it up to this area here. But then make these a little bit wider on each side. So rather than looking like a giant boat, which it currently does, I want to make it look like I have a little crafting area off the front of my fort with the major fortification in the middle. So, loads of stuff to do. But this is what we're working on, and this is what we're going to stream for a couple of hours while I have the time. Regardless, we should turn that ugly radius off by picking that up. Donk. Alright, where are we up to? Oh, this is, yeah, I suppose we should go over what I have what I am actually happy with. So this is the main gate with a little bit of a main pathway, and I'm probably going to fill this out. The idea here, and I'm at risk of being attacked by all manner of Nazis here at the moment. I've got a little bit of an area at the front here where I can create a landing, and the idea is to bring a pathway down from the bridge to this little landing. You'll be able to come through this gate. There'll be an opening here and expand this landing just a little bit so you can come in. Off to the left, so you can bring your dinosaurs in, whether they're land or whether they're flying. You place them here. The crane, which is up top there. Get up. Alright, so this is the visual storage crane. So this encompasses an area just in front of it. Show crane range. Right, so we can see this lovely little box here. So as long as your creature is within inside that box, we can unload the dinosaur into the visual storage, and it will then unload all the resources into the available bits and pieces here. So all the stuff here is, although I've got some extra stuff, the idea will be this is the standard resources or the non-perishable resources. You know, your wood, your thatch, your stone, your metal, so on and so forth. All the bins and stuff we're going to live in there. I still need to clean a lot of that stuff up. Whereas, just across the way, under the next little shelter, I want to kind of upgrade this with a few little more pillars and things. This is the cooking area, and this is where all the perishable resources end up getting filtered off to. Or at least they will in the future. And so all this will be outfitted with the visual storage. So look nice and neat. And you bring your dinosaurs in, you offload all of the stuff that you've got. Yeah, good job pooping, Wedgie. And this is my current crafting area as it stands. So we've got a little decorative stuff in the middle just to fill the gap. And there's actually a little visual storage drop box underneath, kind of hidden away. The castles, keeps, and forts. Tilt hammer. This is actually an industrial something fabricator. That's the one. Yes, it's just a hammer banging, but that's a fabricator. This is an industrial. I always forget the names of things. Yes, this is where we're going to make all of our various bits and pieces. It's the mortar and pestle, industrial mortar and pestle, industrial forge. And so, oh gosh, I've actually got 3,000 metal just sitting in there waiting to be unloaded. What I ended up doing, the metal that gets offloaded there actually gets unloaded into the visual storage bin over here. That way I can just grab the metal and just quickly pop it into the industrial forge. The random noises that we hear here. There he is, the resident Dimitrodon. I haven't killed him because he's taking up a spawn point for a non-hostile creature. He just makes really weird noises. It's really cool, but at the same time disturbing. Yeah, so that's everything that's going on there. Are you empty? I currently have 6,000 cactus sap, so I probably need to go and get some sand. That's got my oil. Right, let's actually have a quick look. We've got a bunch of stuff in here. Alright, so we've got foundations, we've got ceilings, not too many walls, not too many pillars. A few of those, Yeah, it's not too bad. For some reason I can't place the 4x4 gateway without it removing itself. That's kind of weird. We'll have a look at that as it happens. This is telling me 5,000, 4,000. Actually, we're actually pretty good on stuff. Definitely need to go and get some more sand though. But that will be after we work out where we're up to and continue the build. So yes, as I said, the inspiration is that piece over there with the corridor. And so when we look at this, we can see the corridor running through the middle with the two columns running left and right. I've created my own archways because the ASR mod that I'm working with does not have archways, and the castles, keeps, and forts, I don't have the premium mod, so I can't use a bunch of stuff. It's a little bit annoying in that regard. Actually, I can see immediately what I'm missing. I'm missing slopes. So if I grab my little handy dandy gun, these little triangles, I need to put little triangles in here just to fill that light gap to give it more of that archway look. That's alright. Yeah, I'm thinking that I want to branch out the side here a little bit more too, just to make it look a little bit neater. The main building is going to be this spot. This is 8 by 8 with a 4 by 4 door. I do have a 4 by 4 door, but as I said, it just keeps not wanting to place properly. Alright. Massive open area off the back. I don't know that I need that much space. I think it's way too much. But that's alright. Let's get this thing going. Oh, 11:30 at night. We're only just starting. Alright. We can do it. The idea, I said, we just got to keep going. Got to keep plugging away. I don't have the quarter walls. Yeah, don't have quarter walls, and I don't have shallow slopes. So let's go and see what I crafted before. We'll see if we can make a beginning on all of this. A little bit of a catch up where things are at. We definitely have a ton of quarter walls. That's good. What we want is shallow gables. I think shallow gables here. Make another 20 of them. Alright, let's have a quick look in here. This one's actually getting really close to finish by the looks of it. We just make mistakes. So, yeah, I guess the thing to do now, as I continue the build, we try and find things to talk about while we wait for people to drop into the stream and potentially add commentary. Because there's been drastic news, I guess, for ASE, Ark Survival Evolved. Not so much the Ark Survival Ascended. I lost my drink. There we go. Got the drink. Enough to make a drunken ramble as we go along here. Yeah. Aquatica got released, and my goodness, was it an absolute disaster. I'm not even sure what I want to think about the majority of what's happened in Ark anymore. At least Ark Survival is solved. Ark Survival Evolved, and Snail Games and the Siren company that they employed to do the work, because they made an absolute mess of everything. You know, you got Ark. Was it Siren? Siren's posting things about basically, you know, the challenges that they had with the development. But then now that they've released their stuff, they've broken everything. All the mods died and all the rest of it. And now we're in a situation where Ark Survival Evolved may never recover. And it held more players than what are in Ark Survival Ascended. And it's just yeah, like how to kill your game 101. You've obviously got Ark Survival Ascended, which is supported by Wildcard, but it's a far cry when you've just lost 50% of your players. And I think even a year ago, when you look at Snail Games' investor portal, they'd already lost 50% of their players prior to all of this stuff, and so they've lost another half again. So I guess they're down to a quarter of their original players overall, and it's just done. I think that one is actually kind of done. There's a weird stuff all attached to it, but you know, that's all going to come out to the wash eventually. The idea here, the build, when we come down to here, we've got the low points in the wall. The low points attached to stairs that you climb up, and these low points tend to attach to a building. And so over there I've got my perishables. I've got my crafting. These will end up turning into some kind of an ancillary building, which I haven't got a purpose for. It might just be storage. It could be bedrooms, so on and so forth. But you can come up the walls here, which will lead you to the archways that lead you inside the fortification. You can see up there they've got the archways that lead into the fortification. These are obviously my own archers. Walk in here. These have other archways that lead you out onto the parapets, and eventually will lead you into the main base, which will be this area. So a lot of stuff yet to come. At the moment, there's no access to the next floor up of this particular fortification. I'm thinking that this back corner here could have stairs going up the top. That's a stairwell in the middle. I think this archway needs to move across one, and I want it there. I think that'll work out pretty good. So let's go and get those slopes. The shallow slope. 20 of the buggers. So grab you. Right. Oh, that was actually a tall bugger. That should work out alright. Because when we put that back down, face it the other direction, goes all the way through nicely, 4 by 1. Then I should have that. It's interesting, the window wall when I place it doesn't make the clunk noise when it places. But that just seems to be a little bit of a vagary with the sounds. Get the right angle on the dangle. Gosh, that looked very phallic there for a sec. We'll change that back to the, do something puerile here. Give your building a willy. Alright. Cool. I know that I just got sloped pieces. Ah, there it is. One there, and come on, there. Fill in a little bit of the gap, so that's just not all light. That's done. I think that's it. So this will be the, as I said, you come up the ramp, you come to the edge, the first fortification, and you enter the building. There's passageways off to the parapets on either side, and I'm thinking that this corner will be a way up. At the moment I've just got a temporary ramp, but this ramp will go. That ramp won't exist in the future, because when you look up there, the parapet there across the side has another opening at the top, and so there's the opening underneath. And then there's the opening here, but instead of up there where it's an opening all the way through, it's an opening to the main keep, which will be my base. The idea here, yeah, so I place that, there's no clunk. We place that, there's no clunk. We trade the piece for a wall, and it goes clunk. So yeah, there's that one piece that for some reason the sound is missing with the placement of the piece. well, we might as well show it now. I don't really see the point in placing this piece. But when we put down our doorway, that seems to be the right direction. Adobe 4x4. It's a really nice door. Boom. Absolute monster. Auto opening and all the rest of it. Alright. Okay, well, this is good enough a spot as any. Let's see if it works still. Pick that up. The door came with it. So it doesn't matter what piece I pick up. I'm really worried here in the future. Right, so when I start placing fabricators and all the rest of that inside the building for doing my crafting, albeit I've got my crafting areas down there, anything that I move on the interior, is it going to remove my door? And that's just, I'm worried. Alright. Dangle bits. Small archway, slightly taller archway, shallow walls. So that one needs to move across one. We've already got all of those openings looking the right way. I still haven't actually finished the wall on this side, mind you. The exterior wall, like I've stopped building it just because I haven't decided what I'm doing. Because yeah, I'm thinking that I want to make this wider, and I guess we can explain the reason why I want it wider. Oh, this is the wrong side to do it on. Go to the other side. So here in the middle, so from that wall to that wall, it is 18 squares wide. So the inside of this fortification is 6 squares. Then we have 6 squares as the passageway, and then another 6 squares for this fortification. However, on this side, the landing down there is 4 pieces, and then the stairwell on either side is 3 pieces apiece. That's a gap of 10. So we've got a gap, which is, oh, and yeah, other than that 10, the tall part here is 6 wide, so 3, 6. All right, and so that is where the numbers come from. So we've got 6 there. So we've got our 6 wide tower, 6 wide tower with a 6 gap, and we have a 6 wide walkway with a 6 wide walkway with a 10 gap instead. And so what I could do to change the uniform boat look is push this wall out by 2 squares, and then over that side push that wall out by 2 squares, and that will add an accent to the wall that may take away from the boat look, and then at the same time remove this back section because it's just too much real estate. Make it a little bit smaller. Right, how's the stream looking? How's the sound going, I guess would be the main part. YouTube says that I'm live. Manage your stream. Because I don't look at the numbers, I just stream. One concurrent viewer. You need to change your resolution. The current resolution which is not supported for this configuration. What? Not supported for this configuration. What? But then I hear myself, so it's obviously coming through. Open widget and I hear myself, so it's obviously coming through. Stream how the expected video resolution is 1080. It's obviously coming through. Stream. Huh. Viewer activity is ridiculously low as well. As expected, mind you, this time of morning night. headset on. Voice meter done properly. I don't understand the video resolution. Your current resolution is not supported for this current configuration, so I guess we can do a bit of weird stuff here. Alright, so this is what it looks like when you're streaming on YouTube. Yeah, you need to change your video resolution. The current resolution is not supported. Open the widget and it just says poor status. Expected resolution is 1080. But it accepts 1440. Like, I don't really understand that. Well, I can change it, but I have to stop and start the stream to make that work. I don't want to do that. So be it. Music. Epidemic sound. The general stuff. Let's play. Let's make sure I can hear it coming through the video. Hard to tell. Sounds like it is. Maybe someone, as they're listening, can tell me. Let's get back to the build. Alright. Oh, so much to do. So much fun to be had. Been building non-stop. Got to get back to June as well. I have a Duralinium obsession at the moment because Tier 5 is doing my head in. Oh, there we go. Alright. Duplication of pretty much what's on that side. Just an absolute pain to do though. Alright, I think we can do it. Yeah, it's all open. They've got one doorway. That will have a ladder down, which it does. We'll fix these inner walls up later. Oh, is that my last pillar? No way. Oh, of all the things to run out of. Alright, so we don't need walls. We will need quarter walls all the way across the top. Okay, pretty sure that's got a quarter wall all the way around the top. Yes. That way, so this way gets closed in, which means those don't need to be there. That will be an archway out. That will be an archway out. And I'm pretty certain that's an archway, but it should be centered. No. I haven't decided what I'm doing there yet. So... question is, yeah, I should... if I do that... that will be an archway, which allows me to... 4x1, block it all in. We need more pillars. Pillar, where are you? Let's get another 40 pillars. Oh, actually, cancel the queue. We got more pillars. I was making them before. Jeez, buddy, making a bit of noise. Music says Def Lev. Right. You need triangles to over there too. Triangles. Okay, that's the lower floor done. Ooh, that's not done. I put one there. I think what I did on the other side was that. Makes it look a lot better. Probably need to put pillars over here too, just to make it suit. That can come later. I guess the main proportions need to really happen before I work on fixing the accents of everything. Gosh, there's so much to do. Every break I get at work, I just come in and do a little bit more. Because yeah, we're going to put 4 4x4 doors on each side. I'm contemplating not doing that, because the 4x4s just don't work, so I could just use a regular gateway, which is 2x3, so 2 wide, 3 tall. At the top, yeah, the top. Let's get up there. The top is going to be slightly open, so same archways on all 4 directions, allowing you to sort of get out onto a small rampart, and from up here get onto the top. We'll put some railings around here to keep it a little bit more localized so you just don't fall off. Overlook the lovely city over the water. Fill in the gaps, and I'm half tempted, like, eventually I'll get elevators and things like that. I'll possibly put a tech elevator or something. Oh, Rufus, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hopefully the volumes are working for you. Let me know, because I haven't done any kind of fault finding on whether the music's too loud or soft, or whether the game sounds are terrible. All that kind of fun stuff. I'm doing good. I am doing very good. It's a Friday night for me. Almost midnight on a Friday night, that being said. So yeah, good. Finished work and playing games. Okay, that's a solid wall that'll get filled in later. Angle up. Angle up. Put that lovely little secondary angle in there. Create an archway. How about yourself? How's your... oh, I suppose it depends on where you're based. How's your Friday night, potentially Friday morning going, depending on your location in the world? It's doing pretty good. Yeah, happy with that. That's finished. I need more wall pieces. Plonk them where they are. Second line of that on either side. Let's jump into the stream and make sure I got my volumes coming through. It'll be a pain if nobody can hear me. Manage crazy desert build. Stream health. Stream loading. Oh, it's very quiet, isn't it? Oh, it's very quiet, isn't it? Monkey Pickles, welcome. Alright, let's just have a look what's going on here. So is my volume very quiet, by the way? Can you guys hear me pretty good? Properties on that. No, that's fine. I can't go any louder there for some reason. Do I ever play on PvP Official? The answer is no, I do not play on PvP Official. Unfortunately, PvP in Ark is... I don't find it very enjoyable. Advanced audio properties. Okay, chuck that over there. I should be able to chuck an extra 10 decibels on my mic. How's that then? Is that coming through all right now? Or I can start. Oh, I can see it hitting the red. That's probably a little bit too loud. Let's make it 5. How's that for volume? Is it a good volume for you guys listening to the stream? Right, I need to make walls. Excellent. And then, if I go back to my media player, I'm not sure what song I chose there, but the next question is, are you hearing the music? Because it's been a while since I've streamed with music. I don't know if it's playing or not. I may need to fiddle with my voice meter. Right, we need pillars. There's only 5. There's walls as well. What is voice meter saying? What do they have music sounds going through? I think I had it through the regular sounds. How long have I played Ark? Oh gosh, quite a while. I think ASE, so Ark Survival Evolved, I had something like 2, maybe 3,000 hours. Nothing crazy like some of the major players, but I'm probably pushing about 1,000 hours on ASE. Let's have a look. It's been a while since I even bothered checking. Ark Survival Ascended, 952 hours. And then I no longer have ASE Totally removed it, didn't I? Ark Survival Evolved. 2,600 hours. There you go. So I guess total combined 3,800 hours in Ark. Just a few. But yeah, I never bothered with PvP. Well, I say never bothered, I tried it a little bit, but it just never excited me. If I wanted to play a PvP game, I'd probably go for Rust, out of all the games at the moment. I think I like the gameplay loop of Rust. I think it's nice with its wipes and all the rest of that sort of stuff. Weekly, monthly, doesn't matter which, it does pretty good. No worries. Thanks for dropping in, Monkey Pickles. Alright. We need a window wall, regular wall, window. Put the regulars in as well. Okay. That's kind of where that needs to be. Still need to work out access to the next layer up. Actually, where is my bird? Hey-ya! I can see myself doing that jump a lot later on. Yeah, I've only got 6 walls. Chuck a few more on here. That totally screwed up alignment. Okay. Right. We've got 6 left. I need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Just a few more. And then whatever else I need on the sides. And then we need a ton of walls. Close in those upper gaps. I don't think I want to use any windows, so I think we'll just use walls. Adobe. Grab another 20 of them, because I know I'm going to need more for other parts. We need more rum. Where I need to be playing Crosswind drinking some rum while playing a pirate game. The buggers aren't just handing out keys anymore. Gotta win a key or get somebody else to gift me a key. Oh, I actually sometimes wonder how that would go. You know, Atlas did me a solid, right? So I played Atlas for a long time alongside Ark. And Atlas viewers were hungry for content creators to do stuff. And I still suspect that they are too. Like, if I was to go back and do Atlas content, I suspect that there's more people interested in watching Atlas as a niche over new Ark content creators. I think that's just a thing. There's just nothing in Atlas for a content creator because the game no longer is being developed. I don't want to support a dead and dying game where the company behind it is not doing the right thing. I mean, you could almost conjecture that Ark is kind of the same way. Wildcard is at least showing a little bit of backbone at the moment in telling Snail Games that they're not going to support their Aquatica. My goodness, Aquatica. Such a terminal way to destroy the game. Yeah. I like this song. Not my usual style of music. I'm a heavy metal man. I go, yeah, no, I do go full. Oh, where did that end up? Oh, up there. So I actually have some music in my library. Could swap over some of the stuff I'm doing now to some on YouTube. There's a creator called Ethan Meixel. At least, right, that's how I say his name at the very least. He does a bit of all kinds of stuff, but predominantly metal. And given this YouTube audio library, you're welcome to use it in any of the content you want. Much like all the stuff that I've got here, this is all Epidemic Sound. I'll pay the royalties to be able to use their music. So you can just play it as much as you feel. That's all the walls, huh? Oh, it's so boxy. This is why you need the angles. The angle on the dangle to hide the fact that that's rather ugly. Yeah. Should have done that wall on that side to get a better view. Yeah, well. Oh, it's taken shape. Damn. Good music selection change. A bit lively. Do we bloody wedding cake it and put another layer on top, or do we make that the last? I think if I put the uprights, so when we look over there, they've got. I don't have the cursor. So over there, there's the little uprights. There's 3 uprights at the top and at the middle layer. I won't have 3. I possibly will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on whether you do a join or a piece. And so I suspect I'll have 4, really. And if I do those little pointy bits, maybe on 2 sides, not all 4 sides, that'll add the accent that it needs to make it look good. We're short on clay, and we're short on wood. There's no clay here, but we've got tons of cactus. So what we need Here's a sand trick. Let's dump our adobe. Fly to the music. Pego! Too many pegos. It's so good to have the change where... So this Dickoris is set to only pick up sand. Oh my goodness, it's wonderful. It's great. Oh. Up we go. Got a little bit caught there. But yeah, being able to tell it to only get stone or only get sand, so the Anki only getting metal or flint, it's great. Only problem I've got right now is my nice transition. My Argent is leveled just a little touch into speed. It makes it a little bit faster than the swing. American Roadhouse music, I guess. Just going to say one more, a little bit of a frame drop there. Maybe we can pick up one more and get to the yellow bar. Boom, there it is, yellow. I wonder if the alpha's still here. I haven't taken on the alpha raptor in my local area, but there's one just chilling up here on the building. Can't go anywhere, so it's kind of like a captive audience watching me do my build. And my goodness, look at that build. It's ugly as sin. Oh. The only reason why it's ugly is it's uniform. Way too uniform. And that's why if I take the arse end out of that side and then widen the area where the main keep is, possibly make it a little bit more circular as it leads to the front, I think that'll look a lot better. Oh. Dropping some funk. You good, Argent? Yeah. Alright. 7,600 sand. I love this industrial thing here. So this is the industrial mortar and pestle. It's kind of like the chemical bench, I guess. And yeah, it just goes berserk. Oh, it's good. Alright, so that worked out alright. The problem that we had was now wood. Alright, go and check the bench. So if we want to make some more foundations, so clay's coming. We've got 30,000 thatch, 10,000 fibre, so it's good. Wood, however, is borderline. The trouble here, I'm in alligator territory. You walk out the door here and you're very likely to just get chomped. But yeah, loads of sarcos, loads of berries. The bigger one, I forgot what his name is now, but they're all out here. Thankfully, not near my front door this time. I had one of them chasing me down. It was the bigger one. It's actually a bit slower. Dinosuchus, I think was the name of that one. Is that the frog? Fog to something chill. Yeah, there's a piece of buffo out there. Something acoustic. Something chill. As you can probably tell, this is an unordered list, and it's just random stuff that I listen to and add to my recordings over time. So it's a bit of an eclectic mix of listening into my psyche. Water splashing. Alright, yellow bar's ready to go. Cleared up the front area. Well, it's Speedy Penguins, the summer bash creature. How are we looking in here? Oh, look at it all. 11,000 clay. Just like that. Okay. So if we look at our build set now, we've got 10,000 wood, 11,000 clay, 10,000 fibre and 32,000 thatch. I get so much thatch. When I'm getting the cactus sap, you go up there with a chainsaw, and chainsaw's actually what I need to... I was wondering what I was missing on number 2. Where's my chainsaw? Oh, we're back to Fonk. After something so chill. Alright. Back to the fun build, huh? We need pillars. We'll take the quarters. We'll take walls. We'll take shallows. 1x4s, ceilings. I won't need foundations. I won't need the 4x4s. I probably need the ramps. Okay. Oh, we need more shallow walls. It was about 1, 2, 3, 4 per side, which would be 12. I have 2 already, and I'm going to need more after the fact. So we'll go with about 20. Right, enough for the front wall. Alright, that should be enough. Let's get a bit of a vision. How is the vision looking? Really, Duffy? Cat throwing up in the background. Actually, also just noticed. Check out this bloody pile of creatures. Turn that off. Can't turn that off. Any keybinds? Press Q, change the inventory back over to the... From the build menu back to the regular menu. 9. 8. So you've got these tiny little islands. And they seem to just build creatures. There's a bunch of overs, there's a bunch of paramecium, and the morellatops just sort of congregating, having a bit of a party over there. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm a little bit worried about this gap. I kind of wanted to maintain it, but I'm not certain I should. But I mean, I can always join them together by the little ramps like that. I mean, I've already done stuff like that before. But from this side, I suspect that that's going to look a little odd. That being said, I mean, if I widen the build, I possibly need to redo all of these keeps, and that's going to be a task in and of itself. Because all of these things are going to have to get moved across by 2. And that's going to be an absolute nightmare in of itself. Alternatively, I could actually move all of that across 1 that way. 1. Moved across 2, so it joins with the upper keep. I mean, that's got potential. Architectural and design decisions, huh? The alternative is I just remove that little ramp between the 2 and they become discrete buildings. I mean, that also has... Well, actually, the song choice. Song change. Wow. Something a little bit faster. To put it into perspective, I'm probably going to have the railing. Don't know. Because if you don't have the railing, you have the half wall, which is the exact height. And so if I use the half wall as the railing, this thing just sort of naturally progresses over the half wall. And then I put a half wall around over the top here to close this in as a space. I'll probably end up putting gardens all over the place up here, but we'll see. Don't need any of that. Completely wrong. Sometimes wrong can look good though. What did I do? Oh. How? Can I do wrong on the other side? Can't. Pop that there, yeah. Not letting me place it. You can join to the bottom. You can't join. Basically, I want that point going across there. There's no snap point for it. Definitely needs the doors to close in that lower level. But as we discovered early in the stream, as I showed off, it does not stay. It's down the bottom. Alright, let's go and get it. I want to see what it looks like. What is this song? We need to get rid of that one. Whoa. Okay, it's actually not too shabby. I mean, it's very basic at the moment, very blocky, but that's fine because this is just the basic stuff. And the ramps on the interior, they're going to go, or the stairs rather. Those stairs won't exist. I feel like the rampart, which is the lower walkway down the bottom there, it needs to be thicker. And so maybe if I put a half wall underneath it and then put some more ceilings, that'll just sort of fatten it up so it looks like it's a thick walkway. I'll use more pillars to add accents to the wall because it just looks like a pretty flat, unrelieving wall. But that's alright. And then I need some way, because we've got this way up at the moment. You can walk up those ramps, you walk up the interior, and that gets you to the main keep, which is in the center. But do we have it so that you walk through the main courtyard underneath? Oh, I suppose there's the walkways on either side over. So let's get this photo mode off. So as you run through here, so these need to be closed in, so you won't actually be able to see underneath like this. These will be completely closed in as giant pillars, and these will be repeated on the corners. And as you run underneath, you'll be able to move to the left and the right, and these ramps up get you access up here as well. And then this is the main fort where I want to have just a bunch of funky stuff. Maybe it's where I do my breeding and things like that. And then down there, that's just the crafting area. I think that'll work out pretty good. Oh, Foxtrot. Love this song. Looks like a sad face. 2 eyes and a frown with a big open jaw. Oh, I wish the door would stay. Ah, it's gone again. Alright, Wedgie, what does it look like? Hiya! Oh, I like it. Yeah, you can sort of see the walkway's closed there, but it's not closed over there. I've got a lot of work to do. And I think that each level, like the first level's done. We'll get up a little bit higher. So the first level's good. it's got the little walkway. It's got the railing to prevent you falling off, and it just sort of gives it that proper vibe. Whereas the next level up is just open, and I need to put the railing around that. Next level up again needs a railing, and then I need to decide, does it join to this level or not? And then the giant open doorways, and yeah, that's too thin. It's way too thin. Ditch down. We've got quarter walls. We don't have many. That's not a quarter wall. I'm hitting 6 and it's activating 7. That's not good. Yeah, so you do something like that. It just gives it that little bit of a thickness to what will be the subfloor. What are we doing for time? 12:30. Not terrible. Mm, 13 floor pieces. Before we need probably. I did 4 out of the 12, so we need 8. That'll do. Apparently I can math, even after a few drinks. Aim, however. Okay. So then you would have... how do you rotate again? E is swap direction. Q is change snap point. What's rotate? Well, I'm gonna have to redo them once I work out how to rotate again. Oh, looks good. Yeah, the thickness. The thickness. The it's a band that I used to listen to. Still do, I guess, a little bit. Disturbed. Down with the sickness. Down with the thickness. It's a shame you can't play music like that on stream and stuff like that. The fact that it ends up being a copyright issue. Alright. Hell yeah. Just want you to be angled the same as the pieces above. R changes the thing, E flips, Q changes the snap points. What's rotation? Yeah, it's not a snap point. You just got to look at it funny until it works, right? Which it never will. Totally wrong orientation. It'll probably look... Oh, actually, look at that. Oh, there's a whole square there. Orientation's completely wrong. That's like half of the upper keep. Pain in the bum. Ah, well. Alright, what do we do? So, how do we make this look better? Better, sir? Better get a bucket. I think I'm gonna throw up. One, two, three uprights, which would mean that you're putting the accent in the corner. I mean, that already looks better. I think it could look even more better. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. Oh, it just gave me all of them back, right? Yeah, we got 5 of them. So, if I take... That wasn't the right thing. Oh, there's one up the top that didn't get refunded. You come back. So, much like the archways above, we pop an archway there, and you angle it like that. All of a sudden, you've got a slight mural indentation on the workings of the wall. The alternative is like turn it around too, right? Because that's what the interior wall looks like. And so you can grab that. You swap them around. Yeah. The problem is it changes the colour, and the lining of the bottom board doesn't line up. That's really unfortunate. Okay, so that line there, right? If that line had lined up with that line there, it probably would have worked out wonderfully. But then this colour here is darker than this colour here. Slight aesthetic designs that are just a little bit missing in terms of how they match up. Yeah. The continuous design is also missing actually when I look at that. Right. So we're working with the 4x1, okay? Pop out the handy dandy pointer once again, and every time you look at these things they change, right? What they're displaying is constantly modifying depending on what you're doing at any given time. So the handy dandy pointer is actually really terrible. You get a crossbar? No. And I've got a gun somewhere, right? Cool. That works out good. So, yeah. So that line there is a problem. That's a big problem. That line there is partially a problem, but there's actually a piece of wood to sort of intersect and sort of give you a bit of a better go. That line, there's actually a gap between that rock and that rock. That line there, that rock there just kind of just stops and gets hung. That rock just stops and doesn't continue. This rock here does not continue. Yeah. So it's the kind of thing, it's like if you're working with the other material types, so stone, wood, even the castle keeps and forts, right? So that they've obviously got a way of making the materials continue from one to the next to make them look like they seamlessly integrate. This one does no such thing, and so it looks haphazard. You can see the lines, and it doesn't join nicely. And my accent, I'm not really loving it. Pillars, don't mind that, but yeah, the real struggle is like if I lashed out, if I took the time to spend some money and got castles, keeps, and forts. Oh gosh, I need to delete this song. Yeah, Def Lev, we'll have a keep that one on. But yeah, lash out, get the premium. I can then start making everything out of the fortified materials. But yeah, I want to persist. I've done this much so far in the Adobe. Just got to keep going. Don't know if I want this song. I should probably delete that one. Hyena. What's this? It's very Tool. Quarter walls. We're missing out on a lot. I guess I've got some design decisions to make, and I'm not going to make them now. Already into my cups well and truly for the evening. I'm loving the style. It's an interesting progression as it sort of works its way up, and I sort of lent myself to part of what they did up here. It's not exact, but it's part, and it's like the bottom square narrows as it goes up, but then their third floor matches identically with the one below it. So I've sort of gone fatter, medium, thin, and that will actually progress from every angle as you look at it. And that's the other thing. I guess if I lash out for castles, keeps, and forts, they have an archway doorway, I'm pretty sure. And that's what's missing here. I've had to make my own. That's all good. I think I'll persist. Glutton for punishment. Gotta make it happen. It's not gonna happen tonight. I'm already bloody drunk as a skunk, and it's 1:45 in the morning. All good. Thanks for listening in. Thanks for the few people who dropped in and said hello. Make sure that if you manage to make it this far into the stream after the fact, drop me a comment, drop me a like. Let me know what you think. Even if it's about snail games and the silly aquatica crap that we were talking about earlier. Well, good. Catch you later. And I'll see you in the next one.